Stop sharing. I'll put that over there. Hey, my replet's not working either. Oh, it finally kicked in. All right, so as I help out someone in class, we're going to create a new REPL, and you're going to call this Pong Day One. Day One. I wonder, Savannah, if you could move to another seat. I think someone else had issues with that computer today. Yeah. So, what seat you moving to? The one that's off? Why don't you just go the one to the left of you once? Yeah. Yeah. What seat's that? Why don't you move one to the right? You're going the wrong direction. Yeah. What computer number is that? 97. Thank you. Yeah, 97. All right. And create rep. All right. Everybody feeling okay? And you say, yep. All right. So where it says hello world, we can put in there in an H1, a tag that says H1 title. We go Pong, day one. And we could whack H1. And we're going to leave that JavaScript code alone. We're just going to move it down a bunch. Are you ready? And you say, I'm doing stuff that you'll be able to catch up quickly with. Okay. And then we're going to go over to this worksheet, and the very top of this has Canvas code. And you see it, right? And Control C is copy, and Control V is paste. And we're at run. Pong day one, beautiful. How are you feeling? Hopefully you're not typing that code in, you're just copying it. Boom. Everybody okay? So I'm wondering if what happens if you change like the height. So instead of like 100 pixels, we can make it like a square. Boom. And if you want to change the color to a different color, don't use black because I think by default all objects are black. So like gray. So go ahead and change your canvas around a little bit. And what is this canvas called? What did I name it? And you say, my canvas. So everything that we're going to be dealing with later on is going to be called my canvas. Is it working for everybody but one? Back row. Yep, be right there. Oh, I got beat up yesterday in jiu-jitsu. The first April I ever met in 2 years. I swear he gave me kidney punches. What's going on? Just go down a little bit. It's stop. Go down just a little bit. Stop. Into this one right here. That's a worksheet we've been looking at for a while. Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing, right? Yeah. You copy that, and boom, and paste it, and then change the height to like 100 or 200. Okay, good. All right. We help out. What's your face over here? Okay, new rep voice inbound. Boom. And then boom, day one. Then you create reference. Beautiful. And then let's go over the classes for a while. Video game design, classwork, December 3rd. That one's the one we want. And You're going to copy from here to this. Reple, and you're going to delete the whole world. And will be faced. Change that to 300. All right, and you're now caught up. I told you I'd waste some time. All right, are you okay?
Why so many people gone?
I can't hear you. Google bomb?
No, why are so many people gone?
Don't know. I just work here, man. Yeah. Good. Anybody want to hear a terrible story? Good. I was in Mexico over break, right? And to fly back to the U.S., I got to get a nose swab, rapid test, and turns out negative, right? The doctor goes, "Oh, you're negative, great." But now go over there and get out to that office, and they'll print out your paperwork, right? So I go over there, and I can't enter the office to print out my negative paperwork unless I put a mask on. And I'm dying. It's like, I just was tested like 15 minutes ago. Right? I don't have COVID. You got to put a mask on, sir. Like, it was just tested. And my wife goes, Mike, just shut up, put a mask on, and go get the paperwork. And like, so I'm negative. Not that I expected to be positive, but yeah. All right, everybody okay? I think I just recorded that story for the folks at home. I did, yeah. All right. Hopefully they skip over that part about that story. All right, now, here we go. We're going to go to script, and this is where a majority of our work is going to be done. Now, we're going to talk about copy and pasting again. I am a copy paster. I'm going to go back into this document somewhere. Oh, there it is. There, but found it. So, in order to reference the canvas, might as well take the circle. We'll take the circle in a minute. In order to reference the canvas, we need these two lines of code. We're going to create a variable called C circle and document get element my canvas and CTX. We're going to grab this. So what this does is it connects the HTML to the JavaScript where it says document. That's considered part of the DOM. Right. Everybody got those two lines of code and just copy and paste it. Yep. Back row, how we doing? Good. And now we're going to start talking about ball movement. All right. So just like before in Code HS, desktop and new. Well, we're going to look at some variables that are going to be global. So I'm thinking, here's our canvas. Here's this ball, and what's one of the possible variables we can deal with?
Radius.
I can't hear.
Radius.
Radius. Good. So we're going to create a variable called R for radius. That's going to give us the size of the ball. What about this thing right here with this dot right here? What two variables are we going to be using for that dot? Remember, we have to have location. X and Y. So X and Y. Has anything changed yet? Nope. And then the next frame, I draw down here, the ball's moved. Okay. What causes the movement?
Change in X and Y.
Change in X, change in Y. Yep. And I'm not sure if you've gotten this far in math class, but D stands for difference in X, difference in Y. dx, dy. All right, anything else do we need at this point just to make this ball go around? I think those are going to be our beginning variables. Everybody all right? Everything making sense to you? All right, here we go. right, now I wonder how I get off of this screen. And I go, I think I can remember those variables. Well, and no. So we're going to create a couple variables. Variable R, R. How do you feel about a radius like 50? R equals 50. We can always change things later. That's the idea about having global variables at the top. And where do we want to start the ball?
The middle.
The middle. So it's like 150. And var y equals 150. You can always change that later on. And then we have difference in x, dx equals, I'm going to say 1, and variable dy equals 2. How we doing? And you say, good, 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 good. And we run this just to check for errors. Nothing happens. All I'm doing, I'm just checking for errors. I can't tell you enough that we should check for errors often. Yeah, I'll move that over. All righty, now we're going to use a set interval. I think CodeHS uses set timer, but real JavaScript uses set interval. And it says here that set interval is a function. It's built in, set interval. And it calls a function, and it says, how often do you want the function called? I'm going to use 20 milliseconds, which is like a refresh rate of like 80 frames per second. If I run this, does anybody seeing that we have errors at the bottom now? And you say, yep, the error is I'm calling a function. The function is not defined. So let me know when you're ready to create a function. You ready? Function, draw, bump, bump. And now when I run this, I don't have any errors. Back row, how we doing with errors? Good. Jackson?
Good.
That other boy? I do know your name, other boy. Okay. Everybody feeling okay? All right, here we go. Now, knowing how lazy I am, it is a lot of work to draw a circle. Luckily, I got some code. Do you see where it says circle? And you say, yep. Control C is copy. And Control V is paste. Well, I'll be damned. Don't skip over that part at home. I'll be darned if, luckily, Phil, did you know I was going to use X, Y, and R? You did know that. All right, good. So I just want to make sure that our variables are matching up. So I pasted in this snippet of code, and X is the X position, Y is the Y position, R is the radius. And you're drawing an arc, which is a line, part of a circle, and you're starting at circle 0, and you're going all the way around 2 pi r. So starting at 0, you're going math times 2 pi. And color is black. If you wanted to change the color, you certainly could. Begin the path, you fill it in, you close the path. So now when you run this, you should have a ball in the center of your screen. Do ya? And I'm really hoping the answer is yes. Oh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. How we feeling? And you say, what? Go ahead, you're gonna miss a lot. All right, good, 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 good. Well, luckily I have it recorded and you won't miss. Run. All right. How we doing? Good. Let's talk about ball movement now. Ball movement. Ooh. So what I want to do is I'd like to start moving the ball so that it changes the X position. X goes plus equals the change in X. Y plus equals the change in Y. So now, do you have a streak of black going across your screen? We did this months ago, but now this is the real deal versus like Code HS was like baby steps. These are the big daddy steps. Everybody okay? Now we got an issue. The issue is it draws a ball on top of 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 a ball. So what I want to do is I actually want to clear out the screen. I'm wondering in this intro to JavaScript if there's a clear canvas option. And so we're going to just take that line of code, context clear rectangle, I'll explain what's going on here in just a second. And boom. And run. So now this ball moves. So what's happened is every 20 milliseconds, I wipe the screen. Well, I really don't wipe it. I just put a rectangle on it. Actually, a clear rectangle starting at 0, 0. And the other part of the rectangle, the width of that rectangle is the width and the height. Notice, just look up here for like 10 seconds. Notice this is important right here. My canvas dot width. That's the width of the canvas. My canvas dot height. That's the height of the canvas. Well, yeah. So notice how we're saying that. So you're drawing a rectangle starting at 0, 0. There's a width of my canvas, a height of my canvas. And every 20 milliseconds, I got a clear canvas, and it draws the ball, it wipes the canvas, draws the ball, wipes the canvas, draws the ball, repeat and wash. How we feeling? Savannah, how we feeling?
Good.
Good. All right. Am I done? No. I want to see if this thing can bounce around a little bit. So what I'd like to do then is I'm a function kind of guy. I like to call a function called test walls. Have we talked about this before? And you say, yeah, this is very similar to Code HS. Down further, function, test, walls, bump, bump. I like to run things and look for errors. That way I can check for spelling and formatting. And boom. Right. Let me know when you're ready. Everybody okay? All right, so notice the first wall that it hits is the First wall that hits is the top, right? No, it's not the top. First wall hits is the bottom. What's the position of the bottom of the canvas? Go ahead, Brian.
My wall goes right.
Your what?
My wall goes right. It's the right wall.
Do you have a y, a dy equals 2?
Yeah.
Do you have a y plus equals dy?
Wait, hold on. Where's the dy equals 0? Oh, yeah, I do. I have all that.
All right, give me a second. Someone remember the question I just asked. Oh, what's the y position at the very bottom? That's the question I'm asking. Dy equals 2. Yeah, x plus equals dy.
It's 0
Zero's at the
at top.
top. So what's at the very bottom?
The max.
The what?
The max.
The what?
The max.
The math?
Max.
Max. Well, how big is this thing? I can't hear. Yeah, but what if I change it?
Height.
What height? Canvas, math.canvas, right? My canvas dot height. And my canvas dot height. So the bottom, the bottom of this, let me step back here. So the top of the canvas is 0. The bottom is my canvas dot height. So that's why we introduced that before to you. So let's take a little bit of code, my canvas dot height. That way I can spell it correctly. I'm just going to copy so I know it's running correctly. Control C. And I'm going to write an if statement, conditional statement. If the y value, which is the y value of the ball, is greater than my canvas dot height, what I want to do is I'm going to change the direction of the movement. dy is equal to negative. I'm going to reuse code, -1 times dy. I'm going to see if I get a bounce. Oh yeah, that looks terrible. And it bounces like it takes a long time to bounce. Like you see that ball dipping down below. So I wonder if we could just change that line of code ever so slightly. What am I going to? I need to put an R in there. I need to add R to the Y value. So plus R. Thank you, Zion. So now, boom. Isn't that the prettiest thing you've seen? Boom. Boom. So Y plus R, the canvas height. Back row, how'd you do? Do you have a good bounce? Carter, you still awake? All right. So that's the bottom wall. And then the side wall. If, what do you think about X? X is greater than, I'm going to just copy my canvas dot width. And we're going to say dx is equal to -1 times dx. And it finally bounces, but it takes a while. So we're going to put a plus R in there. Boom. How do you guys feel? Did it work? Guess who's done for the day? Guess who has to do the top and left? Right? And then, before I leave you, at the top of this, you can actually speed up your animation, right? If you instead of using 20, you try 2, see what happens. Like the set interval draw, comma 2, right? So you can actually speed some things up. I prefer things go slow when I'm doing testing. You can change the size of the radius, right? It may take a while to get there, but boom, boom, right? So these things are variables. I, I started off with those items very large so you could actually, I exaggerated so you can actually see the ball movement, okay? All right, so you're gonna come up with the top and the left. Folks at home, good luck. Now, how do I stop recording?